we present My Music, a musical panel game devised by Edward J. Mason and Tony Schreier. And here to introduce the teams is Steve Race.
Hello. You'll be expecting me to tell you that the cast of My Music is unchanged, and so it is. That means John Amos and Frank Muir versus Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. John, tell me, if you can, who wrote this and how he directed that the cellos should play their part. Whose music? He liked cellos, particularly.
Boccherini?
Yes, because I half gave it. Boccherini, yes, the minuet from the quintet in C. How were the cellos playing their part?
Between their legs.
No. Actually,
up in the air?
No.
Side saddle?
Sort of. Yes, I mean, would you like perhaps half a mark? The cellists were directed to hold the instrument across their knees and strum with their fingernails.
Well, side saddle is about right, isn't it?
Yes. So the
what
part
happened
is
to the spike?
Oh, the spike just sort of, that's for the next cellist.
Was it written then for a ladies' orchestra?
Well, I do not know that. The cello part is marked con malagrazia, with bad grace.
Oh, grace, yes, it would be a ladies' orchestra.
Anyway, Boccherini, minuet.
And bad grace was great fun to have in the orchestra.
The minuet of the blind beggars. According to Mrs. Wadsworth, a listener in Nottinghamshire, there was a road sign in Beeston not long ago that read, "Waiting is limited to 30 minuets." Sweet thought. Frank, a familiar enough piece of music. What, please, is the instrument?
Oh, Lord, it's not in the normal canon of instruments.
No, not a canon.
No, is it, not a canon. Is it a fairground organ?
No, it's rather much more ladylike and Victorian and domestic than that. It's, you don't know the word. It starts with a P.
Pan-technica.
No, not pan, but...
Pon.
No, but nearly.
Poll.
Yes. Polly.
Polly. Polly Muir.
No,
my wife's name.
Keep your wife out of it. No, it's a polyphon. It's a musical box, the polyphon musical box. And that particular one comes from a private museum in Bristol where they got...
Is it just an ordinary musical box with a comb?
Well, no, biggish, with a circular thing.
Do you play it or wind it up?
Both. No, you wind it up and it plays itself. Actually, we're going to hear the same instrument for Ian. Instrument which tune, please, and from what?
Well, Steve, that, although you may not realise it, bears me away on a wave of nostalgia.
Oh, does it?
Yes, it does. Because when I used to sing at Glyndebourne, I used to stay in a house in Ringmer, and my dear landlady possessed a polyphon. And we had a marvellous repertoire of everything from Sousa marches. And I think we had that one that you've just played, which, of course, is the Brindisi from Traviata.
That's right.
So you've taken me back to those lovely Downs and Glyndebourne and the opera and the early days. And very nice.
Oh, how nice. How lovely, yeah. Frank was waving a glass to and fro like they do when they sing that Brindisi, L'Imbiamo, you know. A producer for stage opera I was talking to once told me that among his greatest problems, I never thought of this, were those scenes where the ladies and gentlemen of the chorus have a glass, which they wave up and down while singing, and then almost always, a little later on in the scene, they have to applaud.
Well, that's always the great problem at a wedding reception.
Indeed it is, yes.
When you hear the speech and you've got a glass in one hand and a bit of sandwich in the other.
Yeah. Yes. True enough. Just the thing I never thought of. Dennis, you're going to hear two girl singers with very similar names. I wonder if can you get both of them, although their recordings were separated by 45 years.
I long to be lazy. I want to be lazy. I long to be out in the sun with no work to be done.
When you walk, let your heart lead the way, and you'll find love any day. Alfie.
Well,
Very similar
the
names.
second one was Blossom Dearie.
Yes.
But I don't know who the first one was. That Lazy? She was singing?
Yes, singing Lazy by Irving Berlin.
I
Second song,
know.
I bet that correct. Blossom Dearie and the first singer, you don't know, do you?
No.
Blossom Seeley.
Oh,
Their name
yes.
was.
Yes.
Blossom Seeley. Half a mark, why not? A technicality or two, but just first a matter of straightforward musical history. John, where was Handel placed in April 1738, and where is he now? This is thanks to Rubiak. Or Rubiak. Mm-hmm. He was placed somewhere in 1738.
In 1738, placed.
Yeah.
His bust.
Yes, that's right.
His bust. And Rubiak, of course, did the famous portrait of
Marble
Handel.
statue of Handel, yes.
And
Handel
I
was
think the
53
famous
then.
portrait of Handel is now in Westminster Abbey.
Yes, but the bust, this statue isn't.
Vauxhall Gardens.
Yeah, thank you, yes. Vauxhall Gardens. It was based in 1738, but since 1965 it's been, do you know, either of you where that statue is?
Oh, yes.
It's indoors. I'll tell you, it's in the V&A. It's in the Victoria and Albert Museum. Yes, it is. Take my word for it. Technicality now. Frank, oratorio may well be antiphonal. What does antiphonal mean? Antiphonal.
I thought it was a kind of Roman Catholic hymn book. It is, isn't it? Well, it's antiphonal is kind of anthem, isn't it? Plain chant, or I thought
it's a way of doing something. John is giving you gestures and signs.
Phonal, meaning
it seems to be 10 to 1 against the dog in trap 4.
One sound against the other.
Tic-tac.
Phonal.
Yes.
Yes.
Alternate singing by two sides of a church choir, or by two choirs.
How interesting.
It is. And a lexicographer, modern lexicographer, Frank, Peter Gammond, said antiphonal, the music that results when half the choir has been given the wrong music. Pleasing. Ian, technicalities again. The spoon is connected to the jack. The strap goes over the butt. You'll be pleased to hear. What am I talking about?
Well, if you don't know, Steve. The spoon?
The spoon is connected to the jack. The strap goes over the butt.
Oh, dear.
Well, a shank and a back check and a bridle wire and a whippon.
Oh,
and
dear.
a flange.
Because I was going to say the jack is one of the things in bowls.
No, you're not even warm.
Sounds like somebody getting packed up to go on a sporting trip.
Being projected forwards. Yes. Shall I activate a spoon, a jack, a strap and a butt for you? I've just done it.
Yes, well, I'll revise my previous answer and say that it's something to do with the action of a piano.
That you won't expect to mark, will you?
I will not expect to mark.
Components they are of a piano action. They're what goes on inside there.
Famous author Edgar Wallace, who's no relation of mine, was one of those people who said, "You learn something new every day." Thank you, Steve.
Pleasure. Here's something new for Dennis. Dennis, what is portamento? Portamento.
Well, I suppose it's portamento. It's not an Italian seaside resort. It might be. Is it the sort of Italian equivalent of portmanteau? So it would be an enormous musical carrying case where you could get like a double bass and a drum and 2 piccolos and a brown bread.
An immense portmanteau.
Yes,
portamento.
Portamento.
Yes, nicely. Portamento means carrying, sliding from one note to another. To quote Peter Gammond again, portamento, the ability to move from a wrong note to the right one without anyone noticing the mistake. At any rate, 1. We'll give him 1, Chris, I think, shall we? Yeah. No singing is allowed in this next round on pain of a docked mark. Middle bits, but the middle bit of what? John, here's yours.
Well, the other 3 obviously know it. So I think I shall ask the half that's sitting next door to me, the third.
You don't.
Brother Osmosis.
I thought you'd have sung it.
I'm a helper, so I can sing it. Maybe on the air with... I can't get to the title.
When is the singing going to start? Nobody's got any marks for this. It's the Serenade from the Student Prince.
Oh, good.
I was getting to it. It doesn't say it in the lyric.
No, it doesn't.
I could have gone on forever and been no help. I will sing you the Serenade from You're my Serenade from the Student Prince.
Frank, here's your middle bit.
It's what's the title?
Yes.
Be Lily is to sing it. Give me some men, some stout-hearted men.
Yes, Stout-Hearted Men, from the show called not New Moon, but The New Moon.
The what?
The show is called The New Moon.
Oh.
A lot of people call it New Moon, which is not correct. You've got a mark. Ian, here's your middle bit.
It's a little French song.
Yeah,
a little French song about the roofs of Paris, and we sing about sur les toits de Paris. We are up in looking out of the attic window at the Eiffel Tower, the Tour Eiffel.
That's absolutely right. You got a mark.
Bien, merci, monsieur.
Then this is your middle bit.
I wish I could be here all night. That last little bit rang a little faint tinkle of about 30 years ago. Robins and roses. Oh, yes.
But too late. Robins and roses.
But the penultimate phase was Sunny Boy, wasn't it? Sunny Boy.
Not the way the chap wrote it, maybe the way I played it. Oh, yes, yes. Yes. Give the man a half mark. Give the man a half mark.
I know your worth. 1 mark.
Let's see if you can put 4 musical things in order. The scoring here is all or nothing. You either get a mark or no mark. So, John, order of composition. Othello, Macbeth, Falstaff, Aida.
Macbeth, Aida, Othello, Falstaff.
1 mark. Excellent. Yes, very good. Yes, 1847, 71, 77 and 93. Frank, order of first Broadway production, I think probably here too, but certainly on Broadway, The King and I, Carousel, Oklahoma, South Pacific. King and I, Carousel, Oklahoma, South Pacific.
Oklahoma first.
Go on.
Daddy of them all.
Yes.
Carousel, South Pacific, King and I.
Absolutely right, yes. Yes, 1943, 45, 49 and 51. Everybody in the audience was saying South Pacific. Reminded me, did you know, did I ever tell you about this program? Lovely thing, Sybil Thorndike's sister apparently went on the stage and was an actress, a rather minor actress, and she was horrified because she went on her first West End role and every time she went on the stage she was hissed. Until somebody pointed out that the people were saying to one another, that's Sybil Thorndike's sister.
Talking of which, did you ever hear the time when Sybil Thorndike was in Australia and she was introduced by one of the local mayors and he said, and now we have a distinguished member of the oldest profession in the world,
Of all people.
Of all people.
Charming, yes. Right, these orders, things in order. Right, Ian, order of first production. Patience, Ruddy Gore, The Sorcerer, Utopia Limited. Patience, Ruddy Gore, Sorcerer, Utopia.
Well, doing it like Miss World, the other way round, I would be fairly confident Utopia Limited was the latest one. Ruddy Gore before that.
Yes, that follows.
Sorcerer, and then Patience the First. So that's, in other words, Patience, Sorcerer, Ruddy Gore, Utopia Limited.
Yeah. Sorry, no. The first two are the other order. Sorcerer, Patience, Ruddy Gore, Utopia Limited.
Oh.
Yeah. 1877, 81, 87, 93. Half a mark. No mark, sorry, I said it. No. Dennis, not shows in your case, but people. Can you put them in order, please? Dozy, Beaky, Mick, Titch, Dee and Dave.
I'm still entranced with the thought of Miss World the other way around. I know that they had their own peculiar cadence, and if you can say it right, it's the right... Dave D. Dozy, Beaky, Mitky... Dave D. Dozy, Beaky, Mick, Titch. Yes?
You've got to have the mark.
I know it was 3 Ds to start.
Yes, you've got to have it because it's so good, so fluent. Right, the subject of this next round is Duettists. John, can you please identify these two from another very different world, or at any rate tell me where they can be found?
What's the question?
Well, where they can be found, or who they are, or the roles they're playing. Or...
I don't know, I got a slight echo of Hansel and Gretel. But I'm probably wrong.
No, it's from Lohengrin.
Oh, good.
Act 2 of Lohengrin. Do you recognise either of the voices?
Well, in that case, yes, Elsa and Ortrud.
Well, yes. Okay, yes. And the actual singers? No?
No, one sounded a bit like the Los Angeles.
No, Schwarzkopf, Elizabeth Schwarzkopf and Christa Ludwig.
Oh, well.
I suppose you have, what do you have?
Dying.
Half a mark for something or other. Oh, yes, for knowing their names when I'd harp. Well, yes, why. Frank, another lovely duet, I think. Who are the singers here? famous record.
Yeah, I know the record.
Yes.
Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to. It's Catherine Ferrier and Iso Bill Bailey.
Iso Bill Bailey. That's right. Isabel Bailey, Kathleen Ferrier. Yes, right. Ian, on a lighter note, I think you know these two. You certainly know their father, and it's their mother at the piano.
Oh, that we two are maying down the stream of the South Spring breeze, like children with violets playing in the shade of the whispering tree.
Yes, the family.
That's Marietta and Vernon. Midgley.
Yes, and it was Mum at the piano and Marietta and Vernon Midgley were singing, yeah. Dennis, for you, a married couple.
You can do it with ease if you just say cheese, so put on a happy
I was waiting for the bump.
Kapow, yes, kapow.
It was very difficult to tell because it's that kind of arrangement where practically any married couple could sound like that, given the right, G up with gin or something. But from the song, I think it's Edie Gourmet and Steve Lawrence.
Yes, it is.
Could have been Tony Martin and Sid Charisse, anybody from that. They could even have been an engaged couple.
Yes. Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet it was. A song by Brahms is John's choice in the party feature round this week. It's followed by 3 other songs of love of varying kinds. The Song of a Reluctant Lover, A Good Little Girl, and A Visitor to Dublin Who Saw a Spanish Lady. John, Der Gang zum Liebchen. I'll give you a chord, shall I?
All right.
G minor chord.
Are you ready? I'm going to tear off.
Es glänzt der Mond nieder, ich sollte dich wieder zu meinem Liebchen, wie mag es dir gehen? Ach, seht, sie verzaubert und klagt, dass sie mich nimmer im Leben wird sehen. Es ging der Mond nie unter, ich eilte doch munter und eilte, dass keiner mein Liebchen entführt.
He's got it, you know.
He's got it to a T, yes.
Get a good finish on that, it'll be a hit,
Frank's amiable little song came from a film called Coconut Grove. I don't suppose he knows that. It's called Says My Heart. There's your note, right?
Fall in love, says my heart. It's romance, take a chance, says my heart. But each time that I'm almost in your arms, this old school teacher brain of mine keeps ringing false alarms. Then my head rules instead, and I'm wise to that scheme of that gleam in your eyes. So I kiss and run, but the moment we're apart, oh, you fool, that was love, says my heart.
Nice little song. Frank Lesser.
Yes, Frank Lesser, yeah.
Dennis,
as a young man.
Dennis, who is playing a character role, sings I Was a Good Little Girl.
Denis Norden and That. Do you know the reference there? Right, I'll come back to it, right? I was a good little girl till I met you. You set my heart in a whirl, my poor heart too. Oh, how you told me the tale, you always do. I was a good little girl till I met you. Why I said it will be sung by Denis Norden and That, because it was does anybody know what I meant? Clarice Main. It was originally sung by Clarice Main, who was Teddy Knox's wife, but before that she had a double act with her husband who played the piano for her, but she always billed herself as Clarice Main and that. And so I was Denis Norden and that.
Ian, the Spanish lady.
As I walked down through Dublin city at the hour of 12 of the night, who should I spy but a Spanish lady washing her feet by candlelight? First she washed them, then she dried them o'er a fire of amber coal. In all me life I ne'er did see a maid so neat about the soul. Whack for the toora-loora lady, whack for the toora-loora-lee. Whack for the toora-loora lady, whack for the toora-loora-lee. As I went down through Dublin city when the sun began to set, who should I see but a Spanish lady catching a moth in a golden net? When she saw me then she fled me, lifting her petticoat over the knee. In all me life I ne'er did spy a maid so blithe as the Spanish lady. Whack for the toora-loora lady, whack for the toora-loora-lee. Whack for the toora-loora lady, whack for the toora-loora-lee.
Whack indeed for the toora-loora-lee. Makes about as much sense as our scoring system in this game. A victory this week, I see, for John Amis and Frank Muir. Goodbye.
Taking part in My Music were John Amis, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. The chairman was Steve Race. The questions were compiled by Steve Race and the programme was produced by Tony Schreier. We present My Music, a musical panel game devised by Edward J. Mason and Tony Schreier. And here to introduce the teams is Steve Race.
Thank you. My Music is a game of musical knowledge played by a tenor and a bass baritone, if I may so describe Frank and Denis, assisted by their friends John and Ian. In other words, the formal presentation to you of John Amis, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. Right, we get organised on the first round. Organised. John, what does that come from?
It comes from a symphony by an old gentleman called Camille.
Camille who?
Camille Saint-Saëns.
That's right. His symphony number
3?
Yep, or sometimes known as the Organ Symphony, because it includes an organ. Now we come to a question for Frank. Thundering stuff. Frank, the organist. Is he called Bertie Bunshop, Teddy Turkey, Dickie Dumpling, or Carlo Curly?
If there's any justice in the world, he's the last one, Carlo Curly.
Yes, he's Carlo Curly, yes. The incredible Carlo Curly. He likes to describe himself in his publicity matter, which is considerable. Ian, organ and violin. I'm prepared to help you somewhat over the title of this piece, should you need help.
I think I can manage that one on my own, Steve.
Oh, I've got such a lovely clue for you.
Oh, well, then.
Give me the...
I bet it's not better than let's get organised.
I was going to suggest to you that music was unpompous, uncircumstantial, that it was a song of the morning and clearly not English.
Yes.
That would have helped you.
Well, that would have helped me a great deal, and I'm grateful to think that you had that backup for me, Steve, in case I needed it.
I had that sort of spirit towards
you. Yeah, I know,
nice
I know, and I appreciate it enormously. It is, in fact, Chanson de Matin, yes. And although it was composed by Edward Elgar, I associate it with somebody quite different, oddly enough, and that is somebody by the name of Stanford Robinson.
Oh, yes, Robbie.
For many, 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 many years, a conductor, BBC conductor, and he did a series of programs years ago, a very novel idea, and been a nice thing to have it revived now. He called them divertissements, and I was lucky enough to be in the first of these programs. It's a long time ago, but I just happen to remember it because the very first item of the first program was Chanson de Matin by Olga.
Yeah. I don't hold with uninterrupted music programs.
Well, I think if you'd heard this one, you might have done.
Of course I do, yes.
For obvious reasons. Yes. You can't even have uninterrupted airline flights now.
No, you can't, no. Denis, enough of organs. Tell me who this brings to your nostalgically trained mind, and what is he talking about?
She'll grunt or groan or sigh or moan, as I wish her to do. And best of all, won't speak at all, unless I ask her to. So, ladies, there's a wonder, wonderful but true. A damsel who won't speak at all, unless she's spoken to.
Is that the original? It's not the original.
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Well, that's a man called George Cherwin, one of whose songs was a song called My Fiddle is My Sweetheart. He was known as the White-Eyed Caffo because he used to black up except for one eye. Can I tell you, I don't know if you know the story about him, but it was a sort of family act, and it was, at one time, a double act. Him and his brother, who used to be billed as B-R-O-S, Bros Cherwin. You know, Bros short for brother. And one night, the brother didn't appear. And George Cherwin went on and explained to the audience that they were probably expecting two people, but they were not being shortchanged because his mother had wanted twins, and when he was the only one that arrived, she had christened him Bros.
I have two friends who used to run a joint band, a Latin American band. Their name were Denise, and Frank and Joe Denise, and they call themselves Hermanos Denise, meaning the brothers Denise. And they used to be standing together at the front of the stage, and quite often one of the dancers would come up with a request and say, which of you, they'd say to one of them, which of you is Hermanos? And he used to say, he is, pointing to the brother.
Well, we once wrote a song. We were asked to write a song for a drink called Tia Maria, and we were asked to make it a love song. So we wrote this song called Tia Maria, My Heart Grows Light When You Are Near. Tia is Spanish for aunt.
It's Aunt Mary.
Aunt Mary. So think of that. It's the only love song ever written to Aunt Mary.
I don't want to mislead you. I think I led you to think that was the original, Denis.
No, I didn't think it.
No, it was William Bealby Wright in My Fiddle is My Sweetheart. It was written and sung, of course, originally by George Cherwin, the builder.
He had an extraordinary sort of falsetto he could do as well, apparently.
So that was William Bealby Wright. I don't make a habit of reading Plutarch's Lives exactly, but I was delighted to find in the Lives the following remark. Alcibiades refused to learn the flute, saying that to play on the lute or the harp does not in any way disfigure a man's body or face, but one is hardly to be known by one's most intimate friends when playing on the flute. Let me try some quotations for you. John, a great pianist of an earlier generation than ours, said of his own playing, "The notes I handle no better than many pianists, but the pauses between the notes, that is where the art resides."
Handle.
Why handle?
He mentioned it in the quote. It's a clue.
The notes I handle. Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot that. Do you know who it was?
Are the last 3 letters that you said prophetic of the answer?
The last
Art.
3. Oh, yes, they are.
They are. It sounds like his sense of humour. Arthur Schnabel.
Schnabel it was. Yes, Arthur Schnabel said that. Good.
He was a great bloke, you know. Once, he's the only man who I know has really solved this coughing problem with audiences. The audience were coughing away in a Schubert sonata, and he finally stopped after one movement, got up and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, can we come to some agreement? Either you cough or I play, but not both at the same time." After which, complete silence. Yes.
Schnabel also explained his refusal to give encores by saying, "Applause is a receipt, not a bill." I thought that might go down well earlier on the stage. Frank, background music is a favourite butt of people, isn't it, making good remarks about music. Somebody once said, "Music with dinner is an insult both to the cook and to the violinist." Do you know who it was? It was the same man who said angels can fly because they take themselves lightly.
Well, I know who said the second. He didn't write the first, or did he?
Well, he's supposed to have said the first. Yes, the same person.
Oh, I wasn't there at the time, but the chap who wrote the second thing was Chesterton.
Yeah, that's right. G.K. Chesterton was responsible for both remarks. Yeah. Ian, somebody visiting New York, and as usual giving the press something to quote, said of sopranos, "Most of them sound as though they lived on seaweed."
Good gracious.
Who said that? Only one person could get away with that, I think.
Yes.
Most of them. I can hear John doing the voice now. Most of them.
Oh, well, I can hear you doing the voice. In that case, it has to be Sir Thomas.
It was Thomas. Most of the sopranos sound as though they live on seaweed. That's right, yes.
Do you know the one
I mean, they're Welsh.
Do you know the one about Beecham conducting a certain provincial choral society for the last time? Said, "We will now do number 17, Chorus of Virgins, but you can all sing."
Different, as so often before, a different sort of music for Denis Norden's question. Denis, I'll give you a musical clue first. Etc. Denis, the composer of that, wrote, "No music has ever saved a good picture, but a lot of good pictures have saved a lot of bad music."
That's good. Yes, I don't know. I'm trying to think. It was obviously some military or
that film
wartime.
was a real slap in the face, you might say.
Patton.
Yes.
That's a very good clue.
I just thought of that while it was being played, actually.
Very good clue.
So do you know whose music it
Jerry
was?
Goldsmith.
Jerry Goldsmith,
yes. Who wrote Dr. Kildare. Yeah, he also said something that was nice. He said that one of the troubles with real life is that there's no background music.
One of the troubles is that there is now.
Yeah. Oh, there is now, yeah.
Too much,
yeah. In the piano medley... Pause for groans from Frank. Are 8 tunes which require titles. The first 4 from John and Frank, the second 4 from Ian and Denis. Okay, first 4 titles.
Chopping Walls.
No, it's not. No, it's the Mazurka from Coppelia.
Oh, so it is.
Liebe. Yeah. Then came...
Something about the stage.
The second one was from Rigoletto.
Oh, right. Yes. Rigoletto.
And the third one was Drink to Me Only With
from,
Thine
what
Eye.
was it? What from Rigoletto?
Da-da-da-dum-ba-dum. La donna mobile.
Thank you. Otherwise, people write letters asking what it is.
Yes.
That's right. The third one, Frank.
Drink to Me Only With Thine Eye.
Yes, that's right. And
the last was the quotation from the Italian Caprice of Tchaikovsky.
Right, yes.
Da-dum-ba-ba-ba-bum-ba-bum-bum. I see.
Yes. Right, let's go over to the other side. Ian, the first.
Could you play the first one, Steve, again?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Don't write it down, just tell me.
Tales of the Vienna Woods.
Yes, Tales from the Vienna Woods.
Or from the Vienna Woods.
Yes.
Which one was it?
What about Goldilocks in the Three Bears?
Then came...
You must say yes to Mr. Brown.
And...
Kiss Me Goodnight, Sergeant Major.
Yes. And finally...
Oh, Johnny.
Yeah. Everybody's got everything except John's Coppelia. Very good. Very good. John, have you ever sung in a male-voiced choir, Welsh or otherwise?
I think so, yeah.
Anyway, here are some better-known choirs from the Principality. John, a really lovely song sung by the Morriston Orpheus Choir. What's the name of the song?
No idea.
A lot of people write and suggest that you might sing it sometimes. David of the White Rock.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Lovely song.
I don't know.
Lovely song. Well, look it up. It's worth looking up. Lovely one. Frank, this is Treorchy, singing one of the most famous of all Welsh songs, Sospen Fach.
Sospen Fach, and then we are a town. Sospen Fach, and then we are a town. On God, great Mistrapor, Johnny Moe.
That song, Frank, what's it about?
Saucepan is saucepan.
Yes, that's right. You've got the answer. It's a nonsense song. It's about a saucepan boiling on the hearth. Ian, for yours, back to the Morriston Choir. Ian, that's a song about goats. What are they doing to the goats in this song?
There's not an awful lot of things you can do to them. Really, when you think about it, you can milk them. You don't shear them.
Supposing you had more than one.
If you have more than one, well, your chances are you will have a lot more than one after.
And you would then need to count them. It's called Counting the Goats.
Oh, is it?
Dennis, this is Hrus Orpheus Choir. In an old song, you'll know the song. What I want to know, please, is how old is the song?
It was born on the morn of the day that he was born, and was always his treasure and pride. But it stopped, shot, never to go again when the old man died.
Well, I can't remember the exact date, but something about this came up a few weeks ago in this programme, and Frank explained that the term grandfather... Am I right, Frank? The term grandfather clock actually derives from this song rather than the other way around.
Yes, he did.
It was somewhere late in the 19th century, wasn't it?
Yes, not as late as that. It's American. I don't think it's good enough, really. 1876. No. It was written, the song, by Henry Clay Work, who also wrote Babylon is Fallen.
A work song.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he wrote Wake Nicodemus, and he wrote Marching Through Georgia.
Ah.
All of us confidently expect that when the time comes to leave this world behind, we shall take part in the great harp convention up yonder. But just suppose you go elsewhere, down instead of up. What will music be like there? John, in your personal hell, what would the music consist of? What would you find when you got there?
Well, I think it would either be music that is totally predictable or totally unpredictable. And both of those, to me, are hell.
Yes. How very interesting, yes. How true, too. Yeah. Frank, what would musical hell be for you?
Well, I thought, first of all, probably difficult music, atonal music, which gives me little pleasure. My attitude towards that is devil take the hinder myth. But I think it's probably good music, and I'm at fault. And if it's played over and over and repeated unto eternity, I'd probably come to like it very well, which wouldn't be hellish. No. So I think it's got to be music which is the only quality of which is novelty, and then in eternity be awful. So I think a progressive punk LP.
Peter de Vries wrote somewhere, there is nothing so boring as unrelieved novelty.
It's good. Good line, yes. Yeah. Ian, what would be going on when you arrived down below?
Oh, I have no doubt about this at all, Steve. We all have an anxiety dream. Everybody has an anxiety dream related to their own life. But for a singer, it is usually that, at least for me it is, that I'm standing in the wings of a theatre suddenly and the band is playing like this, and I'm listening to this, and the stage director comes up and says, "You're on! That's your music!" And I've never heard it before. And the music goes on and you don't know any of it, and then they start giving you the bird, but you're not allowed to get off, and that goes on for hundreds of years. That would be musical hell for me.
I can do that bit moment on the piano with the orchestra and you. It would be... Mud, glorious, mud.
And then they'd all shout, "Get off! Get off!"
Dennis, how about you? An arrival in hell.
I took as my template Sidney Smith's remark that his idea of heaven was eating pâté de foie gras to the sound of trumpets. In other words, eating something he liked to a sound he liked. So hell would be something would be where you eat something you hate to a sound you hate. Yeah. So for me, hell would be eating week-old lamb stew to the sound of Welsh goat counting songs.
Well, the contest part is over now. We clear the decks for some nice singing. John, your offering is new to me, and perhaps, fortunately in the circumstances, unaccompanied. It's about the burning, fiery furnace. And could you explain it, please?
Yeah, it's a plain chant hymn that Britain took and based the whole work on. I just love the tune. It goes something like... Salus aeterna in deficiens mundi vita, lux sempiterna et redemptio fere nostra, condolens humana perire secla per tentatis lumina, non delinquens excelsa adis deima propria clementia, salus aeterna in deficiens mundi vita, lux sempiterna et redemptio vere nostra.
Frank, it's your turn. Any old iron. There's a key. Right.
Any old iron, any old iron, any old iron. You look neat, tall and treat. You look dapper with everything meat. Dressed in style, brand new towel. Vast on time. I wouldn't know it. Iron.
That's your father.
Plum plum.
Gesundheit.
What a listener describes as the mellow tone of the Norden pipes.
Oh, yes. They need lagging.
Devoted now to a lovely old song, East of the Sun.
Oh, yeah. East of the sun and west of the moon, we'll build a dream house of love, dear, close to the sun in the day, near to the moon at night. We'll live in a lovely way, dear, living on love and pale moonlight, just you and I, forever and a day. Love will not die, we'll keep it that way. Up above the clouds we'll find a melody of life to a lovely tune, east of the sun and west of the moon, dear. East of the sun and west. That's going to change a few people's idea of musical hell.
I found this closing song myself in the big album of old Scottish songs. I admit I found it in Ian's house, which is how I know he can sing it. From the 17th century, you may not know it, I think it's lovely, Lady Anne Bothwell's Lullaby.
Baloo, my babe, lie still and sleep. It grieves me sair to see thee weep. If thou be silent, I'll be glad. Thy mourning makes my head full sad. Baloo, my darling, rest a while, and when thou wakest, sweetly smile. Baloo, my boy, lie still and sleep. It grieves me sair to see thee weep.
Good job these last rounds aren't marked.
No. Lady Anne Bothwell's Lullaby. Lovely, Ian. Your performance, Ian, has nothing to do with the final score, which shows a tiny margin for John Amos and Frank Muir. Good night. Goodbye.
Taking part in My Music were John Amos, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. The chairman was Steve Race. The questions were compiled by Steve Race and the programme was produced by Tony Schreier. We present My Music, a musical panel game devised by Edward J. Mason and Tony Schreier. And here to introduce the teams is Steve Race.
Hello. You'll be expecting me to tell you that the cast of My Music is unchanged, and so it is. That means John Amos and Frank Muir versus Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. John Amos, you first. John, what begins portentously like this, and when, within, say, 10 years either way, did the world first hear it?
It's the overture from La Forza del Destino by Giuseppe Verdi.
That's right. When did the world first hear it?
Well, I know where it heard it.
Yes, where?
St. Petersburg.
Yes, St. Petersburg. The date?
1858.
Near enough. 1862. Very good. Very good. I had a card from a listener named S.C. Vesey to say that a Chelmsford local paper announced a performance of that opera as The Force of Density. Frank, not exactly hi-fi digital stereophony, this, for the very good reason it was recorded in the year 1911. Who, please, was the singer and who wrote the song?
Little Dolly daydream trying to find a home, so now you know. And when you go, you'll see there's something on her mind. Don't think it's you, 'cause no one's got to kiss that gal but me.
Case, no one's got to kiss that girl, me.
Wonderful thing,
yes,
isn't it?
yes. Lovely, stately tempo. Wonderful.
Yes.
And who was he, do you know?
Yes, I think it was Eugene Stratton.
That's right, Eugene Stratton. And the songwriter, his real name was Thomas Barrett, but he had an assumed name. And he also wrote dun-da-dum-bum-bum-bum-dum.
Leslie Stewart.
Leslie Stewart. Very good, yes. Eugene Stratton singing Leslie Stewart's song. 1911. Ian, there are certain singers whom I'm very proud to have accompanied. Among them, yourself.
Thank you.
Pleasure. I also accompanied this next gentleman once. It must have been, I think, one of his last appearances. I don't know, perhaps I put him off with my harmonies. Here it is.
I've just been elected as mayor of the old-fashioned town Dyke, where half of the folks do no work and the other half do as they like. I had great distrust on the square, but they simply thrust me in the chair. Then they placed this gold chain on my neck, saying, "Hail to the Dyke's mayor." Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud to tell you that at last I have achieved the object of my life, and I am at last mayor of Dyke. I have to do that to keep before speaking.
Who was it, Ian?
George Roby, who once looked down from the stage of Golders Green Hippodrome where my father was in the front row and said to my father, "Goodness me, eyebrows just like mine." Which possibly, Steve, looking at me, you can understand.
Yes, that's right. It was Sir George Roby, CBE, yes. Real name George Edward Wade, and that record was made in 1907, the mayor of Mudcombe Dyke.
I thought you played very well there, Steve.
Thank you. Dennis, this is rather later. It's George Gershwin at the piano, playing one of his own songs, and reminding us, I think, of how slowly he didn't want this tune to go. Dennis, title and show. Is that?
Well, as someone to watch over me,
yes.
I know that you're as much a fan of a book by Ira Gershwin,
yes, his brother,
as I am. And if you remember that he writes about someone to watch, they wrote it for the show OK.
That's right.
And it was written, I always found it was interesting, it was written as a jazz dance number. And was in the show as a jazz, or was due to be in the show as a jazz dance number, and and he just happened to play it more slowly one day while they were just chatting,
yes.
And one of them said, "Oh, it sounds better that way," and therefore it became a slow number ever after.
Meanwhile, he'd recorded that.
Yes.
I think in 1926, the show was OK. Miscellaneous questions with even more miscellaneous answers, I should think. John, this will, I think, challenge your knowledge a bit. What was commended in 1928 by Tovey, Damrosch, Glazunov and Nielsen? The year is significant.
Yes, it was the Symphony by Atterberg.
Yes, you got it.
There was a competition arranged by the Columbia Graphophone. company, not gramophone, graphophone, for a Schubert, for a symphony on the centenary of Schubert's birth. And this man called Kurt Atterberg won it with a very good symphony.
Excuse me, the centenary of Schubert's death, not birth.
Death, that's right.
1828, 1928, yes.
And
he was
thought.
Yeah. I am sorry.
Didn't know he was poor. Go on, John.
No, I shan't. No. I mean, Schubert wrote an unfinished symphony. Why should I finish the story?
Well, the people I mentioned, Tovey, Damrosch, Glazunov and Nielsen, were among the adjudicators. They made it the winner of the Schubert Centenary competition. And Beecham, of course, conducted it on records.
Yep.
And who knows anything about Atterberg's Sixth Symphony now?
I do. It starts da-da-da-da-dum-bum-bum, and everybody found that it was a takeoff of number 39 of Mozart.
Yes. Gosh.
At least the last movement does.
Yes. Right. Talking of Mozart, Frank, what did Mozart and Dittersdorf both become in 1770, when Mozart was 14? Actually, there's a certain kind of link with John McCormack.
They became counts. Well, he did. I mean, Count John McCormack.
You're on the right line.
Count of the Holy Roman Empire.
No, yes, that's
Knight
right.
of St. Columbus.
Well, they became papal knights. Mozart and Dittersdorf, made so by Pope Clement XIV, and John McCormack, of course, became a papal count later on. A half mark.
They played in a string quartet together.
Dittersdorf
and his name was Ditters von Dittersdorf, which I think is a nice stuttering title.
Yes, indeed. Ian, in Mozart's Champagne aria, there's a lot of talk about wine heating the blood and things like that, but what are Don Giovanni's guests actually offered?
They are offered confetti, and they are offered gelati, and they are offered cafe, coffee, and ice creams, and sweets.
Chocolate, things like, yes.
Chocolate.
They're certainly not offered anything that really heats the blood.
There's no, in the offer when the peasants arrive in the ballroom, there's no talk of booze at all.
Not at all. Dennis, a certain popular record album, actually a double LP, sold over 30 million copies, thereby quintupling the previous record sales figure for an LP. What on earth could that be?
I take it we're out of the realms of Mozart and Dittersdorf.
Regrettably, yes.
Right. Yeah.
Even Dittersdorf never sold 30 million LPs.
Would it be the Bee Gees?
It would. And the soundtrack from?
Or Saturday Night
Yep.
Fever. I had somebody refer to the Bee Gees, I'm trying to think who it was, so as to give them due credit, as disco's answer to the Chipmunks.
It was Saturday Night Fever, the soundtrack LP, the Bee Gees, three English boys who grew up in Australia, and they wrote the songs in a week. So it was a pretty profitable week. There's a slight change in the piano medley this week, in that I don't want the titles of the tunes, I want, please, the people or the shows they represent. In other words, whose signature tune, whose theme music. John and Frank, the first four, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ian and Dennis, the remaining 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Thank you. The first one, John.
Laurel and Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy, yes, half a mark. Then the next one.
Florence Wanders.
Yes.
Swan and Flanders.
No, we're not their, not their signature tune.
Ian Wallace.
Yes, thank you, yes. And then...
Isn't that something to do with Apocalypse? I mean, they used it in that, didn't they?
Well, they did.
Is that what you mean, or would you mean Richard Wagner's signature tune?
Whose signature tune? I mean, which group of ladies would expect to be announced? Yes, thank you.
That's too easy.
Isn't it? No. I feel now I can rest content for the rest of my life because Frank has answered a Wagnerian question that John has failed. And then the fourth one...
Didn't hear it.
Is the one I played again. That one. Do you know? Do you know, Frank?
No.
No. Duke Ellington's signature tune, Take the A Train.
We didn't play that.
1.5 out of 2. Ian and Dennis.
Da, 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 da.
What was the first one?
Oh, well, that's Rhoda Morgenstern's.
Yes, Rhoda.
Rhoda.
The Rhoda TV sitcom series, that's right.
And that's a lovely one, the next one.
Yes, lovely tune.
Yes, In Our Loveness. It's Burns and Allen.
Get you to sing that sometime in one of these programmes, we must do. Maybe next year. Yes. The Burns and Allen show, yes, the song's The Love Nest.
Yeah.
Then came...
Yes, that's the only one I got on our side, the Muppets.
The Muppets, that's right. And they...
I got one of the ones on the other side. You know, that's the end bit of Hello Again, we're on the radio. It's Geraldo's.
Geraldo's orchestra signature tune. You've got 2 marks out of 2. And we go now to first names, as in John, Frank, Ian, Dennis, or for that matter, Steve. John, the first name, or pre-name anyway, of the composer Martinu.
Bohuslav.
Oh. You may think he's kidding, but he's right. Bohuslav, that's right, Bohuslav Martinu. Frank, no help from John, please. Kodai, first name of Kodai.
Kodai?
Yes.
Kudalai. Kodai. Dudley. Kodai.
Dudley Kodai.
Kodai.
I'll give you a clue. A Leonine.
Eastman Kodai.
A Leonine name.
What?
A Leonine name, I think.
Zoltan.
Yes, Zoltan Kodai. You got it.
Zeds were coming at me from the audience like small arms from...
Ian, every day of your life you have cause to mention Shostakovich, if only across the breakfast table to your wife. What was his first name? Shostakovich. Nice thought, yes. You have 2 to choose from, because, of course, there's his son also in music. Which
if I got 2 to choose from, that makes it even less likely that I'm going to get either.
You know, just for interest.
No, I don't.
Shostakovich. Anybody in the audience know? Thank you, yes. Dmitri Shostakovich. And his son Maxim. So you didn't get that?
No, I didn't get that.
Then it's part of my job, I always think, is to reassure you that you can, after all, answer questions about classical music. Can you offer then a first name, or even a second or a third, for the composer known as C.P.E. Bach? No help from I.W., please.
Clint.
I feel tempted to press you for the P and the E at that rate. Have a guess, and you'll probably be right. C, P, or E?
Charles?
Yes. Well, translate it.
Carl.
Carl, yes. Carl Philip Emmanuel Bach. Well, I think you got the mark for that, don't you?
Nearly.
Let's have a quartet of questions about the nature of love. John, love anatomized in a duet. Who, please, is singing and in what? Very difficult to fade Mozart, because that lovely interrupted cadence there, but he has to go somewhere. The duet from...
Is it from the Magic Flute?
Yes, from the Magic Flute, yes.
Then
who are the characters?
Pamina and Papageno.
Yes, sung there by Lucia Popp and Tom Krause. Yes. Frank, the question for you is, where is love?
Where is love? Does it fall from skies above?
Is it underneath the willow tree that I've been dreaming of?
Frank, where was that song first heard?
Well, originally Love was found in a fair enough place in the Mermaid Theatre.
Yeah.
Surely.
Yes, that's right.
It was, it's from Lionel Bart's Oliver.
Oliver, that's right. Anybody recognise the singer there? Did you, Dennis?
No, I didn't, actually.
Ketty Lester. Made a famous record of love letters. Anyway, Lionel Bart's Oliver gets you the mark, and the Mermaid, yes, and then later at the New Theatre in London. Ian, there's love of women, love of country, even love of food and drink, as in this song.
At Brixham bridges turn away and lessening to the sea, you'll see a fisherman old and now who knew Dan Peggotty. Old Cyrus Oak is what he's called, and when the bells are ringing, when the rainbows all draw in their nets, you'll hear old Cyrus singing. You'll hear old Cyrus sing.
Ian, Frederick Harvey singing there. How old is Silas and where does he come from?
I be now 97, born and bred in dear old Devon.
There's your mark. Yes.
But a much bigger applause for Frederick Harvey's beautiful verse.
Yes. Dennis, still on the subject of love, Cole Porter asked a rhetorical question about love, which Artie Shaw, among others, recorded. Your question, though, is who led this vocal group?
I'm in this because I've been kissed by lovely you. Why can't it be that suddenly came over me? What is this thing called love? This funny thing called love.
Vocal group?
That was the Artie Shaw recording?
Yep.
Would it be the Meltones?
Yes. So?
Oh, well, then it's Meltorme.
Meltorme.
Yeah.
And still, perhaps, one of the finest vocal groups ever, the Meltones. Yeah. The party piece round, the singing bit. One of the songs will be sung in Latin, two in Anglo-American, and one, a famous Irish song, will be sung in Scots.
Which is mine.
Yes, the Latin one. The titles, respectively, are Laudate Dominum, Once in a While, He Was More Like a Friend Than a Husband, and The Mountains of Morn. The Latin offerings from John to the music of Mozart, and I'll give you a chord, John.
So it again.
Laudate Dominum, omnes gentes, laudate omnes
I used to have a record many years ago of Once in a While sung by Frances Langford. There's a name to conjure with.
Oh, yes. She had a rather funny complexion, didn't she? Like moving porridge. Lovely voice, though.
Yes.
Quite great.
I'll give you another name to conjure with, Frank Muir. Frank.
No, hang on. This is one song. It's a whining, whinging song, very emotional about a lost love. I may break down halfway. Once in a while, will you try to give one little thought to me? Though someone else may be nearer your heart. Once in a while, will you dream of the moments I spent with you? Moments before we two drifted apart. In love's smoldering ember, one spark may remain. If love still can remember, the spark may burn again. I know I'll be contented with yesterday's memories, knowing you think of me once in a while.
Lovely. In an earlier edition of My Music, Denis sang a song that brought me a lot of letters and him several proposals of marriage. So affecting was it. He was more like a friend than a husband.
Can you just tinkle on the tune a minute, Ramon? Right. He was more like a friend than a husband to me. More like a real good pal. Never swore if the dinner was late. Never threw the plate in the grate. At times I forgot we were married. So happy our lives seemed to blend. And no one would think I was only his wife. 'Cause he treated me more like a friend. When I did that before, I had a letter after it from a vicar in the north of England who asked if I'd sent him the words because he wanted to use the words as the text of his sermon. I said, I just hope he sang it better than I did.
Many people think that The Mountains of Mourne was written by our prolific old friend Trad or his younger brother Anon. Not a bit of it. The Mountains of Mourne was definitely written jointly by Percy French and Dr. Houston Collison. Right, Ian?
If you say so, Steve.
You're going to sing it anyway.
Yes.
Mountains of Mourne.
Oh, Mary, this London's a wonderful sight, with the people there working by day and by night. They don't sow potatoes, nor barley, nor wheat, but there's gangs of them digging for gold in the street. At least when I asked them, that's what I was told. So I just took a hand at this digging for gold. But for all that I found there, I might as well be where the mountains of Mourne sweep down to the sea. You remember young Peter O'Loughlin, of course. Well, now he is here at the head of the force. I met him today, I was crossing the Strand, and he held up the street with one wave of his hand. And there we stood talking of days that are gone, and the whole population of London looked on. But for all these great powers, he's wishful like me, to be back where dark morn sweeps down to the sea.
before we leave you, let me just say it's been a pleasure being with you, both from our losing team and from our winning team. But we don't have a loser or a winner. This week, it's a tie. Goodbye.
Taking part in My Music were John Amos, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. The chairman was Steve Race. The questions were compiled by Steve Race and the programme was produced by Tony Schreier. We present My Music. A musical panel game devised by Edward J. Mason and Tony Schreier. And here to introduce the teams is Steve Race.
Thank you. We are in Scotland, to be precise at Peebles Hydro in the Border Country, at the annual conference of the Incorporated Society of Musicians, whose president, I'm proud to say, is one of the following: John Amos, Frank Muir, Denis Norden, or Ian Wallace. Have to guess which. Since we're in Scotland, let's begin with a Scots singer and an opening question for John Amos to answer.
Près de la porte fermée, je veux encore demeurer.
Who's the singer, John, and if possible singing what?
It's that piece from that opera by
That's him, that's the fella, the king of somewhere.
Le Roi Dix.
That's it.
Lalo,
yes. That's right. And the singer?
The gentleman who is a reverend gentleman, isn't he?
No, he's not.
I'm getting hints all over the face.
He might sing in a Scots beer cellar.
Scots beer cellar.
That's an ad-lib cue, folks. I just worked that out myself. Yes.
McGuinness, McHeinekens. I don't think I know, do I? In spite of these kind people in the front row showing me all their false teeth.
Ian, put him out of my misery.
Kenneth McKellar.
Kenneth McKellar, it was, yes. Singing an excerpt from Le Roi Dix, but you have half the mark, John.
Oh, thank you.
Frank, another Scots performer, and to identify him, you'll have to listen very closely. Who, Frank?
Oh. I think there's only one who sort of laughed his way onto the stage with a bent walking stick.
A bent crummock or something, that's right. He was.
Sir Harold Lauder.
Yes, thank you. Let's hear part of his song.
Oh, it's very nice. Yes, it's very, very nice.
What is very nice, Frank?
Well, don't ask. I've got a personal, subjective opinion.
Yeah. In the song, I mean.
It's not getting up in the morning, is it?
No, it's the opposite.
Going to bed?
No.
You're not going to argue with my...
Ian, put him out of his misery.
Well, it's a slightly rarer one, but is it breakfast in your bed on Sunday morning?
That's what it is, yes.
I'm sure you weren't allowed breakfast in bed in Scotland in those days.
Well, that's why I said it was such a marvellous thing to have.
The Ian Wallace show so far, isn't it?
It is. It's going to be further, too, because it's Ian's turn now, Mr. President, sir. Laughter, which we heard there, that rather unamused laughter of Sir Harry Lauder. Laughter is infectious. Can you tell me, please, who has the laugh here? so on.
I've never dared put that into my repertoire, Steve. It is a young lady called Adele.
Yes.
And she is at a ball or a party given by Count Orlovsky, and she is wearing her mistress's ball frock, and up comes her mistress's husband and says, you look like Adele, and she says, rubbish. Laughs it to scorn.
Absolutely, yes. Johann Strauss, the composer. Did you recognise the singer on that recording?
I wasn't. No, I was.
Well, John, can you supply the singer?
It wasn't John.
No, it wasn't.
Close.
Sorry, it wasn't my question. I wasn't listening.
It was Rita Streich singing there, but you got the mark because it was Adele. Dennis, still on the subject of laughing.
Comrades will be laughing, 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 laughing while we drink our wine, laughing while we drink our wine. Forward drinking to be laughing, laughing, nature does to man confine, nature does to man confine. Forward drinking to be laughing, nature does to man confine. We'll be laughing.
Dennis, what would you guess was the original nationality of that song?
It's kind of mirthless. Yes. Strange. You know what it reminded me of?
I'll buy that.
Does anybody remember an old comedian called Horace Kenny?
Yes.
He used to come on and sing, I'm going to sing a happy, laughing cobbler's song. Well, it was that kind of mirthlessness. German, I would say.
Yes, it's German by Frank Abt of the 19th century. It was his Opus 323.
Is it in your book, Frank, somebody said a German joke is no laughing matter?
No, it wasn't. It was a nice remark. Vera Deal, one of our listeners in Chilham, Kent, sent me a small ad from her local paper which read, baritone, in perfect condition, £140. So they're going up.
In Kent, they don't like to mention sax.
Lovely. Questions now concerning this and that. John, what happened when Elgar went to Grimethorpe?
I think he went down the mine.
No, a particular Elgar went to a particular Grimethorpe. Now you can work that out.
Well, it's nothing to do with the Grimethorpe Colliery Band.
Yes, it is, but it's nothing to do with Sir Edward Elgar.
Ah, then it's Gary Howarth.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's...
Well, he got a job conducting the colliery band,
yes,
and brought it to great fame and
revitalised them indeed. Yes, Elgar Howarth, to give him his proper name, revitalised the Grimethorpe colliery band. Frank, if you call 5 players a quintet and 9 players a nonette, what would you call 100 men and a girl?
A film with Deanna Durbin.
Absolutely right.
And Robert Stack.
Was he in it? I'd forgotten that.
I think he was the ingenue male lead.
Who were the 100 men?
They were the New York Philharmonic.
No, Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Yes, with the conductor.
Yes, there was a conductor.
Yes, there was a conductor. You got it. Stokowski, yes, Stokowski. Ian, a quotation. It is the most beautiful instrument of all, but it is also the most difficult to play. Richard Strauss's words. What was he talking about?
Well, he wrote some wonderful music for horns. I've always understood the horn was a very difficult instrument to play.
He was flattering you more than that. He was talking about the human voice.
Was
the
it
most difficult of all to play, and that little murmur of approval came from every singer in the house.
Well, I don't know. I've never
from their accompanist. You've dropped a mark, Ian. Never mind. Dennis, this is a test of observation, and it may defeat more than a few people here. I know you don't play the piano, but you've seen them often enough. Without leaning forward to look at mine here, tell me what you would say is the ratio of black to white notes on the keyboard.
Inequitable.
That would be so, actually, yes.
Well, I would say we have an audience here of musical knowles who've been murmuring the answer all through so far, but I would think it's about a third.
Well, it's 5 to 7 in any given octave, but over the whole keyboard it's the ratio of 36 to 52. In other words, 9 to 13.
Oh, yeah, it's difficult to sum, though. Yeah. I would be very fortunate indeed to have hit on 9/13.
9 to 13. Ratio of 9 to 13. I think we give him the mark for that. He was near enough. 1/3, 2/3. I'm going to play on the piano here beside me a bit out of the middle of something. Right? John, what's this when it's in 3/4 time? Not when it's in 2/4 time. And so on. Any idea? Comes from the middle of.
Yes, we have no bananas.
Yes. It's from Yes, We Have No Bananas. But in its original form is... Doesn't anybody know? I dreamt that I dwelt in marble halls. By Balfe. No marks to anybody, I think, there. Another middle, this time for Frank.
Is it Billy Mayle?
Yes, and its most famous composition.
Marigold.
Marigold, yes. Middle bit out of the first strain of Marigold. Good. Ian, the jam from a well-known sandwich. Very dramatic, this. Now, what's that from?
Oh, yes, one of those wonderful old ballads, is it not?
Yes, the most wonderful old ballad.
Excelsior.
Excelsior, yes. Also by Balfe. The bit where the singer sings, "Beware the pine tree's withered branch, beware the awful avalanche. This was the peasant's last good night." Great platform song from the old days.
You know, Ben Travers, the fast writer, wrote a short story claiming that, in fact, was one of the earlier advertising devices. And the youth bore a banana with a strange device. And it was the Excelsior Banana Company. It works terribly well.
Lovely idea. Yeah. Another middle bit. Dennis, the middle eight, as it's called, is almost always the third of 4/8, not the middle eight. Here is then the third of 4/8 of a popular tune. Which tune? You know?
No, just sneak me in a couple more notes. Star Eyes.
Star Eyes, yes.
Oh, yes.
Star Eyes. I think a half mark.
No.
For that, yes.
Generous.
Some years since that was popular. In the round that follows, you get a mark for naming the year in question. John, a shimmy for piano by Hindemith, Opus 26. What year is that?
1922?
Yes, it's called 1922, Suite for Piano, the movement one. March, Shimmy, Nachstück, Boston and Ragtime. Frank, which year does this depict?
Our king went forth to Normandy with brass and meat of chivalry.
Yeah.
It's rather lovely music, and rather difficult to distinguish the plot of the word. It started off ecclesiastical, and then got rather historical and warlike with sounding brass and things. Do you know what it is?
No.
Fine. Right, we'll start from there and build.
Deo Gratia.
Did you hear them sing Our King Went Forth to somewhere?
Well, Henry IV.
So...
We're building.
Well, you're warm.
Henry V.
Yeah. A year then, please.
As you go, early 15th century.
Yes, all right.
Around the time of the founding of St Andrews University.
Somebody said it.
1415.
25th of October 1415 it was. Yes, Agincourt. You could have got a mark for saying 1944, which was Walton's film score. Never mind. Ian, Noel Coward's Drury Lane musical comedy with Mary Martin, Daphne Anderson, Graham Payne and Mantovani's orchestra. A year for that.
Oh, yes.
Peaceful year.
Well, yes, that was a very important year for me, because just along the road, we were starting up with the new London Opera Company at the Cambridge Theatre.
Yes, that's right.
And that was on at Drury Lane at the time, and it was 1946.
But the show was called, I said, A Peaceful Show.
Oh, I see. The Peaceful Show was called Pacific 1860.
Yes, 1860 was the date I was really after.
Oh, I see. I thought you wanted the date when it went on.
No, fair. Dennis, the year in your question is represented by an overture. As a clue, here is one note played by one of the musicians towards the end of the piece.
See how he always tempers the wind?
Yeah.
Particular Sean Lamb. Yeah.
You got it, have you?
Well, it's got to be 1812.
Yeah, it's got to be 1812, yes. Composed in 1880.
Which month? Yeah.
Did anybody recognise the gun? Wasn't the Edinburgh one, it was the Liverpool 1 o'clock gun that you actually heard there on that recording. The songs of Schubert have such memorable introductions that it's hardly necessary for the song to follow before one can identify the title. Well, we'll see. John, what is this? Which Schubert song?
Which Schubert song?
Yes.
I don't know the song, but it sounds like Schumann to me.
It's a stormy song.
Der Sturm.
Der Sturm. Right? Frank.
The Trout.
I will begin again.
Played by
Frank.
Julian Bream.
Frank. I'll not be put off my stroke. Frank, which of Schubert's songs begins like this?
Sam Enchanted Evening. It is the Trout after all these years.
Ian, one of Schubert's later songs for you.
One of the things that you learn when you are president of a musical society is to delegate responsibility.
Well done.
And so I propose to ask the 100 or odd people in the audience who would know what that song was.
Not 1812. You know, if it's not the Trout or 1812, then
You mean to say nobody is going to... Answer comes there none?
You're getting to be a turbot with me.
Is anybody... John, do you know?
It's Auf der Brücke.
Auf der Brücke. Yes, it's
Auf der Brücke.
Yes, translation is really where you are, ISM-wise, Ian. It's upon the bridge. Rather stormy again. I hope I didn't give the impression that John's song was called The Storm. It wasn't. It was Der Sturm. Dennis, you may not know the title, but you'll be able to indicate how this goes on, thus becoming, for the first time in your life, a leader singer.
Your faith in me was misplaced.
You don't know it.
Can I give you a bit of Schubertiana that you may not know?
Yes. I bet it's the Schubert Theatre in New York.
No, it's a verse that I came across a couple of weeks, probably old hat to the cognoscenti. I never heard it before, and it went, if I can remember it. Schubert had a horse called Sarah. He took it to the big parade. And all the while the band was playing, Schubert's Sarah neighed. Well, if they say, if you can't sing, do a comic verse.
Would you like your president's friend to have a bonus mark for that? Right, give the boy a mark. Disastrous results to the score, but never mind. There's a common bond between the 4 final songs this week. They were composed by either Maya Beer, Sammy Fain, Carmen Lombardo or Sir Arthur Sullivan. That's what they have in common. John, Maya Beer, from the opera L'Africaine au Paradis, a grand air, it says on the music, sung by Vasco, whom I take to be Vasco da Gama, I suppose. Shall we explore it together in the strange territory of 6 flats?
Yes, all right.
I'll give you a...
Very high stuff, this.
Good luck.
Wish I wore my tighter trousers.
Au paradis sorti de l'onde, ciel si bleu, ciel si pur, mes yeux sont
You know, when Florence Foster Jenkins, that well-known singer, had an accident, a car accident, they all thought that she was going to sue the other motor car. But she wrote and thanked them because she said when she sang the Queen of the Night aria, she could get a higher E-flat than she never got before.
That's lovely story. Frank's song, appropriately enough, comes from a film called Vogues of 1938. That old feeling.
Right. Go. I saw you last night and got that old feeling. When you came inside, I got that old feeling. The moment that you danced by, I felt a thrill. And when your eyes met mine, my heart stood still. Once again I seem to feel that old yearning, and I know the spark of love is still burning. There'll be no new romance for me. It's foolish to start when that old feeling is still in my heart.
Dennis, I hope you're not feeling overawed by the musical company present, are you?
I've got that old feeling.
Even the best musicians can occasionally be brought low. Gillian Shilson wrote to me from Surbiton, Surrey, to tell me that some weeks ago in our programme, when John Amos was giving us the Flower Song from Carmen, her small son burst into the room and said, "Oh, is that Miss Piggy?" And she says was bitterly disappointed when he found it wasn't.
So am I.
Seems like old times.
Oh yes, shouldn't it? This is a little-known television nostalgia program, as this is a signature show. Seems like old times, having you to walk with. Seems like old times, having you to talk with, and it's still a thrill just to have my arms around you. Still the thrill that it was the day I found you. Seems like old times, dinner dates and flowers, just like old times.
staying up for hours doing things we do, making dreams come true. Seems like old times being here with you. Approximate? Yeah.
Ian, it's high time for some G and S, or as we composers like to put it, S and G. Right? Titwillow.
On a tree by a river, a little tom tit sang willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And I said to him, Dicky bird, why do you sit singing willow, tit, willow, tit, willow? Is it weakness of intellect, birdie, I cried, or a rather tough worm in your little inside? With a shake of his poor little head, he replied, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. He slapped at his chest as he sat on that bough, singing willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And a cold perspiration bespangled his brow. Oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. He sobbed and he sighed, and a gurgle he gave. Then he plunged himself into the billowy wave. And an echo arose from the suicide's grave. Ooh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow.
And with a shake of my poor little head, I report that the victory this week goes to neither side. It's a tie. Goodbye.
Taking part in My Music were John Amos, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. The chairman was Steve Race. The questions were compiled by Steve Race, and the programme was produced by Tony Schreier. We present My Music, a musical panel game devised by Edward J. Mason and Tony Schreier. And here to introduce the teams is Steve Race.
We are in Scotland at the famous Peebles Hydro, celebrating our Mr. Wallace's presidency of the Incorporated Society of Musicians. We are, as usual, John Amos and Frank Muir versus Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. We have a distinguished and only slightly tiddly audience, and I'm pretty sure that this pianist is somewhere in the hall. He and I were students together at the Royal Academy of Music. Who is he, John, and what is the, I think, instantly likeable piece he's playing on this record?
And get it right.
Once heard, never forgotten, I think. A rather good tune.
Yes, I believe that Alan Rawsthorne got that tune because he said to his wife, I can't think of a tune. And she sang something like, he can't think of a tune, he can't think of a tune, he can't think of... And I believe that's how Alan Rawsthorne came to write the tune, Piano Concerto No. 2, played by Dennis Matthews, sitting in the front row.
Dennis Matthews sitting in the front row. Frank, your turn, a duo, also present in the hall, unless I'm much mistaken.
Yesterday was a holiday of all days in the year, and all the little schoolfellows went out to play, but Sir William was not there.
Frank, the voice...
Sir William Pears.
Yes. Well, singing Little Sir Peter, I should think.
Yes.
Yes.
And clearly accompanied by Lennox Berkeley.
No, not even his instrument. No.
It's Anne Harp, isn't it?
It's Anne Harp, yes, that's right.
Can't help you further,
further,
Steve. No.
John, help him, please.
It's Ossian Ellis, who I had a word with before the show began. You know, are you there, Ossian?
Ossian Ellis and Sir Peter Pears it was, yeah. Ian, also here, according to my information, is a predecessor in office of yours, though I don't think he ever sang about mud cooling the blood. He, in fact, is a conductor.
Excites us to arms. Excites us to arms. To arms, to arms. The trumpet's loud clangor excites us to arms.
Ian Partridge, the singer, the conductor.
Well, you gave me a very helpful hint, but apart altogether from that, by the musical territory, I would have instantly suggested that it would be Sir David Wilcox.
Yes, it is indeed Sir David Wilcox.
Whom I'm sure is here tonight.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Dennis, it's...
May I apologise to wherever you are? I'm sorry about
No,
this.
it's all right.
But stand up just the same.
I'm going to give you a hint after the music, but I can say with absolute confidence that you can identify this oboist. A hint, Dennis, she was married to Sir John Barbaroli.
There's an even... I got an even better hint. It's like Watergate. I got it straight from the president.
From the deep throat of Ian.
Yes. Evelyn Barbaroli,
yes,
says on the piece of paper that was hastily passed.
Beautiful playing, too, on that record. This Incorporated Society of Musicians, ISM, was established in the year 1882. John, 1882 was the year of the first performance of the Brahms Second Piano Concerto, Rimsky-Korsakov's The Snow Maiden, Trial by Jury, and Parsifal. Except that one of those is wrong. Which one is wrong?
Well, knowing you, Steve, I should think it's probably Trial by Jury.
It is.
I think the Brahms is correct, yes, and the Parsifal is correct.
Right. Trial by Jury was...
You wouldn't have thrown in Snow Maiden if it had been incorrect.
No. Trial by Jury was 1875. Iolanthe was 1882, just for the record.
All right.
Frank, born in 1882, among others, were Stravinsky and Sam Goldwyn. As far as I know, their paths never crossed. But Stravinsky did write something for Messrs. Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey. What was that?
Bun Bailey's.
Shall I tell you?
Yes, please.
Include Goldwyn out.
Billy Rose asked him to write some ballet music for a show.
For an elephant?
Jumbo? No, not that one. And he wrote a ballet called, I think it was, the show was called The Seven Ages of Woman. Seven Ages of Man.
Seven Ages of Elephants.
Anyway, it's the piece he wrote was the Circus Polka.
He wrote a piece. What?
Circus Polka.
No, I'm not thinking of that.
I would do think of it.
I'm thinking of the ballet, Scène de Ballet, which he wrote for Billy Rose.
No, I'm after Circus Polka, which he wrote for Elephants and Vera's Arena, in that order.
Yes.
First performed Madison Square Garden in 1942, and you've just given a mark away.
Yes, but the story I've got
Oh, right.
is about the ballet. Because Billy Rose, they did this, they had previews in Boston and places like that. And Billy Rose sent a telegram to Stravinsky in Hollywood saying, ballet, great success, would be even greater if rescored by Richard, what's his name? Russell Bennett.
Yeah.
Stravinsky sent a telegram back, said, content with great success.
I think the show was called The Seven Lively Arts, wasn't it? I think that
Very likely.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Ian, your society's main objects are officially and admirably summed up in 19 words. Which 19 words?
Promise to be clean in thought, word and deed.
Promise to abstain from intoxicating liquors.
Wouldn't it be very embarrassing if I didn't know those 19 words, Steve? It would be very embarrassing indeed.
Yes.
So let me see
You're toying
if I
with
can...
me, aren't you? Toying with me.
They're on page 3 of our handbook. And they go something like, count, you said 19 words.
Yes, go on. Yeah.
Count them. The promotion of the art of music and the maintenance of the honour and the interests of the musical profession.
Marvellous! Yes.
And to music to promote.
A tiny little extra "the" crept in, Ian. You made it 20, but you certainly get...
Oh, well, I'm in generous mood.
Dennis, chosen as ISM Musicians of the Year for 1979 were Sir Adrian Boult and James Galway. Question, Dennis, what is Mrs. Galway's name?
Annie.
Annie is right. Annie is song, it was called. But the tune is by... Do you know who wrote the tune?
No, let's ask the know-alls. Go on.
John Denver.
John Denver.
Says an exceptionally young person in the front row. Yes. Right. On my right, a piano. On my left, John and Frank, who will name the first 4 tunes in my piano medley. On my right, Ian and Dennis, who will try to name the second 4 that I play. And they do, some of them go by rather quickly. Right, here we go. Right, John.
Johnny.
I sometimes wonder whether you know the other 31 sonatas. Because you choose the pathetic so often.
Well, I do. Even that I was reluctant to play with Dennis Matthews sitting here. Yes, Sonata Pathétique came from. Yep. Then
early
came
one morning.
Yes.
How could you use a poor man's good?
The next one.
It's Eric Coates.
Yes, and it's...
Is it the Knightsbridge?
Knightsbridge.
No, not Knightsbridge.
No, but the other one.
Well,
the Harrods concerto.
Yeah, I don't think you
Balls
know,
Pond Road Nocturne on the Old Kent Road. It's one of those.
Calling All Workers, or otherwise known
yes.
as Music While You Work, but you don't get that one. And
For the Wings of a Muscular Dove.
3 out of 4 for you. Right. Ian and Dennis.
All of me.
All of me. Why not take all of me then?
Now, what's the next one? Says My Heart.
Says My Heart.
Oh, well done.
Dance tune, yes.
And then what's the next one? This is the story of a starry night.
Well, it would be for you, yes. Ian may have another title for it.
A touch of Tchaikovsky.
Yes. Which of a rather sad bit, actually.
Yeah, the pathetic symphony.
Yes, pathetic bit, yes, yes, or the popular version of the story of a starry night. Okay, and the last one.
Soldiers of the Queen.
Soldiers of the Queen. 2 out of 2. Very good. And 4 out of 4, 2 marks. Right. Lines from songs.
Thank you all for your help.
Lines from songs next. The question is simply, which songs? John, quote, softly come and softly go. Frank, I think, wants to help you.
Come and softly, just a song.
No, it's the right time of day, but it's the wrong song. Funny that.
Softly come and go.
Yes. Softly come and softly go. The audience, please. No, not in the shadows. In the gloaming, madam. In the gloaming. Didn't get it. Frank, over the hills and far away.
Over the hills and far away. Very old ballad.
Yes.
Ballad air, used by Gay in the Beggar's Opera.
Yes, that's right.
Act
With
1,
me you'd fondly stray.
1728.
Yes, that's right.
Oft quoted since.
Yes, nursery rhyme too comes from Tom Tom the Piper's Son. And it's also in Robert Louis Stevenson's A Song of the Road. But certainly in the Beggar's Opera, yeah. Ian, it's a quote line, a quotation again. You can hear the Dead March play.
Oh, yes. Now, that comes from a song that dear Owen Brannigan, of great memory, used to sing.
Yes, that's right.
That's right. One of the Kipling barrack room ballads called Danny Deever.
Comes from Danny Deever, that's right, yeah. Dennis, funny how sheep can lull you to sleep. One of the
Do
great
any of
lines.
these dislot know that one?
No.
I should care, I should let it upset me.
That's right, it's come song called I Should Care.
Sammy Khan song.
Yeah. Dennis, I very nearly asked you a much older one instead. Can you complete the song title, She Cost Me 7 and Sixpence?
No.
No, she cost me 7 and sixpence, I wish I'd bought a dog. Male chauvinist song, forget it. Beginnings and endings, orchestral or theatrical. John, what began a long, long time ago like this? He's looking down in the front row for advice from the Matthews family, but they're not giving any.
There wasn't any good in the medley either.
Ask the audience, what begins like that? Yes, Haydn's Creation. The Creation. I said a long, long time ago, John. The Creation.
Well, you didn't actually get round to asking me.
Oh, it's hair splitter. David Wilcock conducting again. Ernest Newman, I wanted an excuse to quote this to you. Ernest Newman once wrote, if I had the power, I would insist on all oratorios being sung in the costume of the period, with a possible exception in the case of the Creation.
Oh, we told you it used to be sung in costume, didn't they?
Yes, didn't they?
And I think it was the Bishop of London and Handel's time who objected to...
Was it?
Yeah, who objected to his choristers appearing in fancy dress in religious songs.
Frank, a good deal more recently, what began like this... and ended like this.
I don't know, but they were enjoying it, weren't they?
They were loving it, weren't they? Yes, that's right. Funnily enough, on driving here from Edinburgh Airport, I noticed a signpost pointing to the place, which is mentioned...
Penicuik.
No. La Mancha. Man of La Mancha. There was a fairly recognisable bit of The Impossible Dream at the end, so I can't give you the mark.
What's that?
Yes, The Impossible Dream was something they sang at the end. Yeah.
Well, I knew that bit, but I didn't play that bit.
There it was. Ian, though it comes in the middle, this is an ending of a kind, and I warn you, it's very brief. Whose ending?
Oh, yes.
And I do mean whose.
Yes. Well, Walton's.
Yeah, well, no, but the ending of somebody much older than that.
No, it comes from Belshazzar's.
Yeah, Belshazzar's ending, yes, that's right. Yes, the word was...
Slain.
Slain, that's right. And that night was King Belshazzar slain. That's right.
I once had to do with organising the Hoffnung concerts, and for one of them, I asked Sir William Walton if he would just come and conduct an excerpt from Belshazzar's feast. And so we got the choir ready, double choir, orchestra and everybody there, and William came on, not with a baton, but with a fly swatter. And what he conducted was just that one word.
Slain. I was there.
Nice of him, I thought.
Yes.
Denis Norden, once, just before we were going on to do a broadcast together, reduced me to a state of mild hysteria, but it must have been nothing as compared with how it affected him when it happened. He was singing, he told me, in a performance of Belshazzar's feast. And he said, I was the only person in the hall who saw this. He said it was when the chorus was singing and one of the basses got so enthusiastic that, and he was singing with such tremendous power, that his top denture shot out, and he said it was the most amazing. He caught it, slammed it back in again, and went straight on singing. And he said, I couldn't sing at all. I was shaking with laughter. He said, nobody else saw it, but he said he did it with such dexterity. It must have happened frequently.
Well, we were doing some beginnings and endings. Denis Norden, your turn. What begins like this? And somewhere in the middle features this. Shall I play it again, Sam?
No. Do you want to know how it ends?
Yes, how's it end? Sadly.
It ends with the line, Louis, this could be the start of a beautiful friendship.
That's it. I didn't remember that.
It's Casablanca.
Casablanca.
And that was Warner Brothers' opening signature theme.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. Antonio Caldara was an Italian composer active around the year 1700 or so. I thought I'd just mention that because John's song in this final party piece section of our programme is by Caldara. Lovely song too. The other three singers are doing goodbye songs of one kind or another. John, Seven Crudeli.
Are you going to give me all the trimmings?
Oh, some of the trimmings.
All right.
Wouldn't like to spoil you. Would you like an introduction?
Yes, please. Yes.
I've no idea of your tempo, but we'll find out when you come in.
Okay, maybe.
Seven crudeli mi fai languir, sempre fedele ti amare. Sempre fedele ti vogliamo, tomo amor. Seven crudele mi fai languir, sempre fedele. Or something like that.
The snow was very plentiful and crumbs were very few as a weather-beaten sparrow through a mentioned window flew. So begins the plot of Frank's song. Inside, you see, as a golden cage was a yellow bird, a canary, to whom the sparrow sang.
I think it's a rather sad little parable, actually, of eschewing riches. Goodbye, little yellow bird, I'd gladly mate with you. I love you, little yellow bird, but I love my freedom too. So farewell, little yellow bird, I'd gladly face the cold of a leafless tree than a prisoner be in a cage of gold.
You may well have a drink, Dennis. Another goodbye song, why not? It's the one that Dennis sings from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Bye Bye Baby.
Bye Bye Baby.
There's your note.
Okay. Bye, bye. That was my note. You see. How far off? Bye, bye, baby. Remember you're my baby when they give you the eye. And just to show that I care, I will write and declare that though on the loose I am still on the square. I'll be gloomy, so send that rainbow to me and my troubles will fly. Though I'll be gone for a while, I know that I'll be smiling with my baby by and by. We do the big finish. I finished up there somewhere. Baby, by and by. Something went wrong there. Yeah. I think I caught them out there and then I put them back again.
Our hosts here at People's Hydro will agree, I'm sure, about one thing. Perhaps the most touching of all goodbye songs is the one that some of Ian's ancestors used to sing across the waters that divided them from their prince. Though it serves equally well for any separation. Will ye know come back again?
Bonnie Charlie's new awa, safely o'er the friendly main. Mony a heart will brak in twa, should he ne'er come back again. Will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? Better lood ye canna be. Will ye no come back again? Sweet the lavrock's note and lang, lilting wildly up the glen. But to me he sings a sang. Will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? Better load ye canna be. Will ye no come back again?
Will ye know come back again? We'll do our best. Meanwhile, my faithful scorekeeper, Christine, tells me that the victory this week goes to, and really, why not, Denis Norden and Ian Wallace. Goodbye.
Taking part in My Music were John Amos, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. The chairman was Steve Race. The questions were compiled by Steve Race, and the program was produced by Tony Schreier.